We're doing another pillow talk.
Hi everybody, we miss you.
Yeah, let's get everyone in our bedroom.
You mean the plushies or people?
The audience, babies.
Well, babies, they're already here. They walk around here all night long and then the stuff that they're having dreams about us, babies. Why not just...
That's true, actually.
Look at this dude was $1 at the Goodwill and he was offended. Really, really bad about being sold for just $1. He's a really cool guy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take him out on a picnic with Darshan, and when the little kids want Darshan and are really upset they can't have Darshan, we're gonna find him a new home. Isn't that a cool idea? And so at the same Goodwill for $1 we found the triplets. Aren't they cute?
But you're going to have to tell them the story about the fourth one that didn't make it.
Oh, I still am haunted. We should go back and get him. So,
baby, that's in Wangaratta.
I know, babies, but I'm the one who's haunted by these things. So you picked up this cute little one, and he looked just like this almost. And he had a little orange outfit, and you had him in your hand. And at the same time, I was finding the triplets. And then you saw the triplets, and you put the little orange guy back, and he called to you. And the fact, and I said, but they're quadruplets. And you said, no, look at their noses a little different. So
they're definitely different.
A little bit, babies. But he didn't appreciate being put back and stuff. So now he's pissed at me. He's pissed at Marvin, but Marvin doesn't hear him. So I have to deal with it.
Oh, dear.
So here's the triplets. And they're perfect. Maybe we'll get them little outfits and stuff. Or the outfits we have downstairs, we have extra clothes, and then we can give them away to children when we give away bracelets and stuff at the park
or the market.
Yeah.
Although we're coming into our winter, so I think the market season is going to either stop or slow down, and then it'll kind of ramp up again in September.
Absolutely.
In spring.
Who knew? Yeah, because it's your spring, a few people, and it's our winter, and it's really So we went to the Goodwill today because it's really good for, we're discovering that the Goodwill is a good place to prevent things from being invalidated as garbage or something.
Yeah, so Jen and I have very different perspectives on these things. So she loves going to the Goodwill. I don't particularly.
No, it's torture for him.
It is a bit of torture. There's a couple of reasons, but I have a real aversion, and part of the work that I'm doing is trying to teach other people.
But we're doing the work together, babies.
Yeah, so can I just explain what my aversion is, and then we can deal with other things. So I have a real aversion to producing junk and then people buying junk and then just throwing it away. So we've got this real sort of throwaway consumerist society.
Right.
And so probably is a bit of an engram as well that I'm kind of working through, but there's something fundamentally perverse in my mind, at least, to this, perpetual buying of just, cheap junk and then just throwing it away. So, but now you can talk about...
But the balance to that is, this is not junk. There is consciousness in here. I can see there are plushies made that are junk that there is no consciousness in. They got the big eyes maybe sometimes, or they're just mass-produced to look like discordant or something. Those may not have the consciousness, but there's consciousness here. You can see it. Okay,
so the saving grace and the way I rationalize it is that we're recycling. So anyway.
God, they're so cute.
And every now and then we do find some useful stuff. So we found a water canister.
Really classy, babies. He can go into the Goodwill, and I'll be looking for something. And I was looking for Legos, but they weren't the right kind. They were knockoff Legos, so Marvin didn't want the knockoff.
No, that's right. So that's just a great example of junk, right? it had no, to me, it had no merit, so I didn't want to buy that just for the sake of buying it. You know what I mean?
No, but if it works the same as Legos, and
so let's get the real stuff.
All right, babies. So there's like, we have moral ground on all these things, and it's like our understanding and concept is so different that it's important. But we also got little plushies that want to be used as little toys for the puppies. We got Little Miss Cupcake here, and notice these plushies gave strict instructions. Now I've been with dogs a lot. My big dogs would love plushies with eyeballs, so they could like pull the eyeballs and the nose out. That was their game. but we got strict instructions not to give them anything
from the breeder.
Yeah, not to give them anything with hard eyeballs. Oh, by the way, I have to say, people are mad at us for using a breeder.
Why?
Because it's a rightful thing, is that there's so many puppies out there, there's so many dogs out there that need home, and when you get a dog from a breeder, puppies, they grow up entitled because they don't know any adversity in this lifetime. And so the shelter pets, I prefer shelter pets myself, because I've seen the gratitude and the love and the gratefulness and the healing that needs to be done. The problem is that I'm looking for my babies that I left in Australia.
No, you left them in America, babies.
And I left them in America. Yeah, I'm looking in Australia for my babies I left in America. My one Seema I found already, and I don't know if she's alive or not. Last time I looked at her, she was a skeleton, and she was actually starving herself. And she told one of my friends that she would see me in Australia, and then I got the sense that she starved herself so she could come be here with us. And so when we met Maisie Marie, she had the same personality as Seema. She was shaking, but she was confident, and it was just like going through the motions with her. Like, she was so confident with me holding her, like, yeah, we've done this before. Yeah, licked my nose and felt so calm. And then she got shaky when Marvin held her, because little Seema always wanted to be our child. That was one thing, like the Seema number 1, before I found her in her second incarnation, I always wanted to be thought of as my baby, and I just didn't. I just thought of her as a friend. So when she was born to me as a puppy, she got her wish that I thought of her as my baby. But she always still wanted a daddy. So now Maisie Marie will have her wish come true when she has a mommy and a daddy. And so all these things go on in my psyche as I try to validate going to a breeder instead of going to a shelter. And I've gotten nasty comments like, to go to a shelter, yes. But the thing about the work we do with the puppies is they're chosen puppies. They're higher consciousness puppies, both of them. And they will be doing energy work as surrogates for souls everywhere, but actually souls for...
Yeah, I think they're going to be an integral part. I was going to use the word mascot, but I don't think that's the right word. It's a bit sort of diminutive. But they're going to be an integral part of the Jenuine Healing family and the work that we do. So they're working dogs.
Yeah, but not in the sense of linear work. And they're linear. They're working exponentially, like God is working. Hey,
do you reckon it would be feasible to have them around when you're doing your private sessions?
Absolutely. I got to see how the work affects them, though, because the work affected my other dogs too. It was too much. What happened with my other dogs is they would see the engrams. So when I do a private session, I'm seeing horrific things. I'm seeing buried in the ground. I'm seeing executions. I'm seeing murders. I'm seeing running for your life. I'm seeing monsters. And when my dogs were around when I was doing the work in America, during a session they would come running up on top of me. Now they were big dogs, 90-pound dogs, shivering and terrified. So hopefully that won't happen with the puppies. And if it does, they'll have to spend time with you when I'm doing a session.
Yeah.
Now we've got toys for the puppies. This is Miss Cupcake. And this is like, this is a twofer. This is little octopus. A sad octopus, mad octopus, and happy octopus.
Wow, babies. I didn't even realize that.
Well, we can teach the puppies. So another thing about our puppies is they're going to be able to speak perfect English.
With an Australian accent.
Well, hopefully. I mean, hopefully they can understand people more than I can. But we're going to teach them facial expressions too. We're going to see how far we can teach them. There's going to be a sad, and this is going to be happy. So we're going to be teaching the puppies as much as we can. This is their little elephant. I love this because Marvin has a little elephant keychain. So this can be like a connection to Daddy. See, everything means something in my world. Everything. And this is going to be their little plushy friend. And they'll like this because it's got floppy arms. And if they want to, like Seema we used to go to the garage sales. And every garage sale, I'd have to come back with a plushie. And even if they didn't have any plushies for sale, I'd have to beg them. I go, do you have a plushie here? I can't go back in that car without bringing her a plushie because she'll be like upset. So I used to beg for plushies, and people used to give me some out of their own house and stuff.
Wow, babies.
Isn't that hysterical? You guys don't understand the amount of angst I go through worrying about everyone. Should we tell them the gross thing about the bug? I know.
If you want.
See, in my mother's world, if you had a cockroach in the house, that meant you were just like an unkept or whatever in the 70s, 60s. But they're part of life here in Australia, and so once in a while, one comes into the house and I'm paranoid about it because it's an imprint of my mother's biggest fear.
We should tell the listener that it really is once in a while.
Yeah, they come in. They're all outside.
In like the 10 months that at least I've been here, I was waiting for Jen to arrive for 7 or 8 of them. Mm-hmm. I've seen like 2, 3.
Yeah, but the thing is, in my mother's world, if you saw one, the first time we were talking, and I found out that you saw when I interrogated you. What color was he? What was he doing? Where was he? Where was he going? And so I made sure we get those little hotels and stuff and put them out in the house because my mother was too poor to have them. And
cockroach hotels. Yeah.
And so when we were little kids, this is one thing my mother did was she told us there were water bugs. And we were terrified of cockroaches. But we weren't afraid of water bugs. So every time I'd see a cockroach, she goes, oh, that's just a cute little water bug. And then I was fine with it. So, but anyways.
You're easily duped, baby.
I know. Thanks. I know. And I'm sure you dupe me all the time. And I don't even know. I don't even know it. So anyways, so outside there's this, we hear crickets in America. And there's, what's that,
Cicadas.
Cicadas, right? So I hear another sound out there that sounds like a bug calling to itself. And it's like Marvin thinks it's cicadas. It's cockroaches. And it's got that same kind of lull as crickets and stuff. But what's really freaky is apparently I can speak cockroach now. So like when I'm in the kitchen and I hear one of those like sounds of one of those singing things outside in the house, it freaks me out because it could be anywhere. And what I found out is it's calling to its friend. So Marvin just found a big one on the wall and he took care of it like a hero. But then we heard this sound that freaked me out.
Well, we didn't hear it. You heard it.
But it was loud as anything. You just heard birds and stuff. I'm sorry that you're not tuned into all of life yet. But you're getting there, babies, because these plushies have been calling to Marvin.
So anyway, we're going to have to wind it up fairly soon. But,
okay,
but
wait,
the story is...
So, we're laying in bed. He killed the roach because we do have a boundary with that. And I put it in the toilet, and then we're laying there in bed, and I hear a single roach, and it's the one in the wall. It's the buddy. It's the reconnaissance. Apparently, they travel in teams, and the one teammate was saying, "Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?" And this one didn't say anything, so hopefully he knows not to come after him and stuff. So I speak perfect cockroach too.
Thank you, babies. So just as we wind up,
Are we winding up? Because I wanted to tell him something really important.
well, I wanted to put a few plugs out there as well.
Oh, okay.
So we're getting really good comments and reviews from the Genuine Poetry for Life book. So if you're out there, you're watching this, if you want to support Genuine Healing, that's a great way of doing it. It's a beautiful book. It's a collaboration between Jen and I.
We're getting great input.
Great reviews. People love it.
They said they cry at every word.
Oh, absolutely. And so we've had sort of quite a few people tell us that at the moment. So it's a really heartfelt book. It's very spiritual, contextual. I think it really is. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to get a lot of comfort from it. So
because your genius is in it too.
Thank you, babies. So jump onto the website, genuinehealing.com, go to the purchase link, and they'll be down the bottom or at the top. We're going to move the order of things a bit. There's a link to the book. There's an image of the book. There's also the SFT lexicon, of course. So that's that. The other thing is we've got these subscriber events, and we've got the next session coming up in a few hours. So it is literally 1 a.m. at the moment here.
And he knows how to use literally.
It's 1 a.m. So we've got a couple more hours of sleep before we need to wake up and...
But I want to tell them a couple things.
It needs to be really quick though.
But I forget them after you talk.
Okay, so so just quickly write it down because these are meant to be shorter clips.
Okay, the subscription thing. The way that's important is anyone who already uses the taps and has mastered the taps. Oh, there's little Velcro on his hand. Oh, Mr. Cupcake can hold his hands together. He can fold his hands. He's got Velcro.
Squirrel.
That's what we're dealing with. Okay, so the subscription thing. Anyone who has mastered doing the taps on their own and doesn't really want to invest in a session, but has lots of questions and on their spiritual journey, that's a perfect place for them to be.
Yep.
Because it can guide them into their own empowerment instead of like leaving them out there with all these lingering questions and everything. There's that. And the other thing, it can wait. It was just a spiritual principle that was very profound. Can I say it?
Yep. If you've got a shorter version of it, that'll be great.
Oh, babies. Oh my gosh, God is being micromanaged. Anyways, he is right, but, you know, it's frustrating. Anyways, you know, in relationships, I remember that I heard this years ago when I was a teenager, that men act like children until they're 40. And this was like this woman who loved her husband, but she was kind of like disgruntled. And so it was like, I've always remembered that because I remember everything that everyone ever said to me because nobody ever talked to me. Oh, he's saying wind it up. So, when you see your love as a little boy, it's not to be annoyed at him because people get turned off. Oh, I don't want to be his mother. I have children. I don't want to be his mother. That's not what's happening. What's happening is you're seeing engrams of his childhood. And you're seeing places where you can repair his engrams and upgrade him. And it's better that you nurture those engrams and love those engrams because they shouldn't turn off. He shouldn't stop being a little boy at 40. That's when someone will start to age, when they don't have a connection to those childlike engrams.
Well, babies, we are both of us above 40, but we're timeless.
And that's why we have plushies. So Marva nurtures my inner child by letting me get the plushies. And I nurture him by tolerating when I see it in him and loving it instead of being, you know.
All right, babies. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We love doing these little pillow talks. We're going to have to do a fireside chat again one day. How's that?
Well, Yeah, we have to have a fire to have a fireside chat.
Yeah. These days we've been using the fire more for a functional thing for cooking purposes. But anyway, we'll do a fireside chat one day.
Marvin's keeping open all these appreciations of these primal things. There's such a primal thing for appreciation for fire, and Marvin's holding space for that so we don't lose our humanity.
Yep. I love fires. I think
me too.
I can stare at them for hours. All right, guys, we got a couple more hours of sleep. Actually, I'm not even sure we're going to get any sleep now.
No, babies.
And we're starting up the subscribers event, which we do at 5 a.m. our time, so that the people in North America can do it at a reasonable time.
And people in Europe have a good time too.
They do. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.
We miss you.
Bye
Love
for now.
you.
Bye.